San Antonio is very, very populated, but is it overpopulated or overcrowded? In this video, we're gonna dive into what areas are the worst and most overcrowded. Is it even worth moving here? This is Trey with the Calvary Group, brokered by Real. I'm gonna go over the areas that you should really be of concern. San Antonio has seen a huge population growth ever since COVID, even before COVID kind of, but really much so at COVID. Because San Antonio was a nice little secret where the city didn't have a lot of development. It did have a lot of military. It's actually military USA. And people like to stay here. Everything's a little bit cheaper, affordability is better, and there's a lot to do with families. Also getting around, this area is a web-based design, so you can get anywhere in the city within about 20 minutes. This next video that I'm gonna show you is a high school in San Antonio. It is a very popular high school, but look how overcrowded it seems. In this article, it says, NISD officially says that there's little that can be done about overcrowding concerns.
Seeing my daughter's pictures of what the campus looks like of children navigating through Harlan High School was scary.
Jamie Vetta said this picture shows the crowded hallways Monday at Harlan High School.
That video came out August 2001, but what's still relevant today is we have seen a big spike in home sales, and those home sales will attribute to people needing schools, high schools, elementary schools, and middle schools. Just recently, there was a vote for Northside ISD for a $992 million bond to improve and expand schools. Now that's really, really good news, but there's something else that we need to look at, and that is the population growth with houses. All these housing developments are really being developed on the far west side of San Antonio. If you go outside the city of San Antonio limits and you're looking at Bexar County's growth has been tremendous, and it's even bleeding into other counties like Medina County, Kerr County. Those same developments are not the same as the northeast side, which is also developments. The main highway from San Antonio to Austin, which is IH-35, is getting a road expansion. This is a $1 billion project to connect the towns along IH-35 all the way to 410 and Broadway area. This 35 expansion is really gonna help alleviate some of the traffic, but by the time it's completed, who knows how many more developments there are. Austin has seen a huge spike in prices, so now families that were on the 35 corridor in towns like Buda, Kyle, Schertz, New Braunfels, they're all kind of moving towards San Antonio because San Antonio is still very affordable. But the overcrowding is coming. When a ranch owner sells its 100 acres, let's say, the ranch owner will sell it to an investor for 100 acres for whatever amount of money. Then that developer is going to cut it up with city approvals and make it into tract homes. And that is why these very clustered communities are very far away from the downtown San Antonio area. It's not like it is in the East Coast or some parts of the West Coast. These houses have been there for over 100 years and they're mapped out prior to building. Here in Texas, well, at least in South Texas, what happens is one ranch owner for 200, 300, 400 acre ranches will sell it, a developer will put their own roads in, and now it is a community. It has to have city approval or county approval, depending what county you're in, to have the houses built. And the developer has to put in the roads, the road signs, and then it goes to the county planning. So some of these communities are only 5 years old, even brand new. So if you look at the new home construction on the northeast side, which is probably where a lot of the crowding is happening, it's not too many. You really only see a few communities on the northeast side, and you do have a lot of access points to get around. But if you look at the far west side, there is way more developments, and the communities are also very affordable. But the problem with that is the infrastructure changes doesn't seem to be catching up with the developments that's happening. So you have the already established communities within the loop of 1604 and 410, and those communities are gonna have to travel, and there's only so many grocery stores. Now there are developing more amenities, grocery stores, shopping, restaurants. When I show houses in those areas, it is very crowded. Some of our clients will drive to these neighborhoods and be deterred by the amount of traffic that there is. Another very important thing to consider, the Edwards Aquifer is low. The Edwards Aquifer pretty much supplies San Antonio. It says on Wikipedia it supplies over 2 million people with drinking water. In this article, it shows that the Edwards Aquifer is the lowest it's been in 4 years. That is really scary that the water supply is the lowest it's been in 4 years. Hopefully we get more rain or something is done, because the population growth with the already lower supply of water, we definitely need to see some improvements. This is another article that just recently came out, and it says this farmer in San Antonio has been impacted by the new housing developments. All these developments are affecting ranchers and farmers to carry our local foods to different distributors, and the traffic is very, very problematic. I know traffic is problematic in any area, but traffic is really problematic when you're selling ranches off to be homes. Now, there is more commercial improvements that are happening. You have multi-unit apartment complexes that are coming up both in downtown and the far west side, which is really, really good. There's also developments on the east side of multiple unit housing and apartment lifestyle complexes. When you have a lot of multifamily developments, you do have a lot of amenities. Now, it does seem to drive the price of single family homes higher because there's more of an influx of people, there's more jobs, there's more schools, so people want to live there and they want space. Also, the grocery stores are very, very crowded. So here's a list of the most crowded areas, and it's really interesting because the #1 most crowded HEB, according to this article, is on 35, which is one of the top 2 that I said are a little bit overcrowded. Then you have Southeast Military, which is on the south side. Then you have 281, which doesn't really seem to have any new developments. It's kind of the developments that have been there. Alma Ranch Parkway, which is the exact northwest side that I was talking about, that has all those huge developments. They already built 2 other grocery stores over there, so even that, it made the list of the busiest grocery stores. If you want to know more about the San Antonio current housing market, check out this next video. If you're looking to move to San Antonio, we would love to help. Shoot me an email, it's in the comments below. Thanks for watching.